It's finally here. After over 10 years, Final Cut Pro finally has built-in tracking. And it's done in true Apple fashion. Very user-friendly and extremely easy to use. Today, we'll take a look at how to use the built-in object tracking included in the Final Cut Pro 10.6 update. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Serge, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll take a look at just a few examples of what you can do with a built-in object tracker in Final Cut Pro. Let's get started. First, let's take a look at how we can add and track a title to follow the car in our first clip. This is extremely simple and surprisingly quick. Place your playhead over your clip where the subject you want to track is clearly visible and in focus. Next, go to your Titles and Generators browser and select the title you want to track to your subject. I'll use one of these cool callout titles I downloaded from Envato Elements. Grab your title and drag it over the viewer, placing it over your subject you want to track. When the tracking square is over your subject, release the mouse button, and in the top left corner, click the Analyze button. Final Cut Pro will analyze the entire clip your playhead was over, and this takes no time at all. Click Done. Since the entire clip is analyzed, you can trim and reposition your title clip without having to track again. All that's left to do is change your title text and adjust the appearance and the animation of your title. This is how fast and easy it is to track objects in Final Cut Pro. Next, let's take a look at how we can use the object tracker to track faces. This is great if you want to highlight a specific person or perhaps keep them anonymous and blur their face. Let's try that. Move your playhead over your clip where your subject's face is clearly visible and in focus. Open the Effects browser and from the Blurs category, select the Gaussian Blur. Grab this effect and drag it over the viewer window. When you drag something over a face, Final Cut Pro recognizes this and your shape changes to an oval. Release the mouse button and click Analyze in the top left corner. Anytime you track an effect, Final Cut Pro adds a shape mask to your clip with the effect you applied inside this mask. This shape mask is fully adjustable. Select Shape at the top of your viewer window and unlink this shape from the tracker. If you don't, when you move this mask, you're actually adjusting the keyframes made by the tracker, so make sure to unlink it first. Adjust and reposition your mask as needed and click Done. In just a few simple steps, we're able to track and censor a subject for the duration of our entire clip, way faster than keyframing a mask. Besides tracking titles and effects, you can also manually track a clip and then apply that recorded movement data to another item, such as another video clip, a logo, or an image. Before we take a look at that, I want to take a minute to talk about the sponsor of this video, Envato Elements. That callout title I used earlier, all the demo clips, even the background music you hear, were all downloaded from Envato Elements. With an annual subscription for just over $16 a month, you get unlimited downloads of over 6 million digital assets, including stock footage, royalty-free audio, video templates, web templates, and so much more. And everything you use comes with one simple commercial license. Even if you cancel your subscription, everything you published before canceling is still covered. Do yourself a favor and check out Envato Elements. You won't regret it. Now, back to Final Cut Pro. In this next clip, I want to track the camera movement and add a logo on the wall behind the couch. To get a good track, you need a sharp area with high contrast. But as you can see, nothing on the wall even comes close. That's actually not really a problem. We can track any area of our clip, match a camera movement, and then just offset our logo. Select the clip in your timeline, head up to the video inspector, and scroll all the way down. At the very bottom, you'll see a trackers area. Click the little plus button on the right side of it. In the viewer window, you get a fully adjustable tracking grid. Move it over an area of high contrast and resize it by clicking and dragging the orange control points. I find you usually get a better track if you narrow it down to a fairly small area, so let's track one of the wheels under the couch. Back in the inspector, you can also choose a tracking method. Machine learning is best for tracking common objects such as faces, animals, cars, and so on. It even works if your tracking area isn't visible for a few frames, like when a moving person passes behind a tree for a few frames. The point cloud method works best if you need precise tracking on a defined set of pixels. This will be more accurate, but the pixels have to be visible throughout your entire frame and remain fairly flat from the camera's point of view. You can also use a combination of these two, or you can let Final Cut Pro decide. For our example, the point cloud method would probably work best. Back in the viewer window, click Analyze to track your clip. Next, select the clip you want to add to the shot and place it over the tracked clip. Select the Transform tool and resize and move this to where you want it. To blend it in a little bit better, in the inspector, from the Blend Mode drop-down menu, select Overlay. Now, to add the tracked movement from a video clip to this clip, click the down arrow beside the tracker button, and instead of applying a new track to this clip, select the object track from the clip below it. Click Done. If we play it back, as you can see, the logo moves with the camera, but it's a little bit off. Maybe a bit too much rotation. To fix this, with the top clip still selected, in the video inspector, on the far right side of the transform controls, you'll see an extra tracking button. If you click this button, you can select to track the position, rotation, and scale. Depending on your clip, some of these may not be necessary. So for our example, let's deselect the rotation tracking. Here's our finished result. That's just a few examples of what you can do with object tracking in Final Cut Pro. It's not perfect, but honestly, I've used a few different third-party trackers, and this one is just as good, maybe even better. The one thing that sets it apart though is the speed. Nothing even comes close. Try it out and let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here next week.